So for the past 2 years, I've been living and serving here in Berlin, Germany. I've been working with the missions organization Reach Global. Specifically here in Berlin, I've been working with a ministry project called the Limelight Collective. Limelight is a project of the Salvation Army Church here in Berlin. They are passionate about working with artists and people who love art and kind of bringing them to a place that they can talk about faith. Open stages, we have some artistic Bible studies, we host performances and do some other things like that to really kind of build the bridge between artists and the church. In a place like Berlin where there are so many artists, dancers, painters, musicians, just filling the city, but there are so few Christians. In the entire 2 years that I've been here, I've met maybe 2 other artists who were already Christians, and that's out of hundreds probably of artists. So one of the most amazing experiences of this past 2 years happened this past summer. With the Limelight Collective, we got to participate in an event called the Berlin Performing Arts Festival. And this is a festival that dozens of different organizations and dance companies and studios and just groups participated in. And there were performances happening all over the city for a period of a week. And the Limelight Collective worked with a cast of dancers and musicians to create this 45-minute story ballet. And this dance told the story of the struggle between good and evil, and how evil is real and impacts our life, but that ultimately good will win, that we are on the side of victory. So throughout the course of the week, we performed this piece 5 times to almost sold out audiences. And a bunch of these people probably saw and heard the gospel for the very first time. So we got to bring the light of Christ into this place where otherwise there would have been none. And that was just one of the most amazing things that I got to do. So what I'm doing next is, now that my 2 years in Berlin has come to a close, I'm moving back to the States, but I am still going to be working with ministry full-time with an organization called GoCorps. GoCorps is a ministry organization that is passionate about mobilizing people about my age, 20-somethings, recent college grads, to go overseas for 2 years to work with a long-term missions project. GoCorps is really the reason that I was able to come to Berlin. They were the ones who helped me see that this is a possibility. And they're just so passionate about seeing people dedicate 2 years of their life to build the kingdom of God all over the world. So I decided to join full-time staff with GoCorps, first just because I love what they do. I love their overall vision to see every Christian college student just consider this as a normal thing, that they will spend 2 years of their life dedicated to overseas active ministry work. I think that is such a beautiful vision, and one that I've seen play out in my life. These past 2 years have been the most amazing roller coaster I could have ever imagined, but changed my life. I feel like a changed person, and I know that I got to be part of changing other people's lives, that I got to have an impact for the kingdom of God and got to do that. And so I'm so excited about inviting other people to do that. With GoCorps, I will be working as a missions coach and a mobilizer. So I will get to be talking to people every day, telling them about what I've done for these past 2 years and helping them to discover their passion, help them to discover what God has put in their life. So I am making this video first to thank you for all of you who have been supporting me over the past 2 years. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have legitimately been the only reason that I have been able to do this work in Berlin. And I also want to invite you to join me for the next few years. As I work with GoCorps, much like Reach Global, this is a support-based position. God calls everyone in the Great Commission to preach the gospel to all nations, to take the gospel to everyone, and we all have a part in that. So I want to invite you to join with me to join this part of God's global mission.